Hello, welcome to the Plot Malaysia. This is our 32nd episode. This is the show for the fans.
By the fans.
Wow, we have a very special episode today, guys. Just want to share with you. But before we go on further with the show, I want to let you know that this episode is brought to you by our product sponsors, Planet Health. Today, I'm talking about the Derma face wash with neem and turmeric. So, guys, if you want to make your purchases of this product, you can click on the link below on our description and stand a chance to win cash prizes up to 1,500 ringgit. Oh my God. Oh my God. Awesome. So, guys, we have a very special guest today on our show. Of course, he's all the way from the KL Kopites, meaning to say he's from the Liverpool fan club. Let's welcome on the show today for the very first time, Mr. Ahmad Tarmidzi Johan, the Vice President of KL Kopites. Welcome.
Thank you very much, everyone. It's
welcome.
good to be here. Thank you.
Welcome, Tarmidzi. Welcome, Tarmidzi. It's good to have a brother in the house, a big Liverpool fan as well.
It's 2 against 1 now. All right.
Oh, yes, it is.
Sorry, Ram. All right.
I feel in a privileged position as well today, so it's great, brilliant. Bring it on. Awesome, guys. So I think, Ram, I'll take it away basically. Guys, it's, as you know, Tarmidzi is from the KL Kopites Supporters Club. He's a vice president there. So obviously today we're going to be talking about Blackburn Rovers. No, I'm kidding. We're going to be talking about purely Liverpool. It's a Liverpool-focused episode today. All things Liverpool. So yeah, really excited. Tarmidzi, you all set?
I'm set. Let's go.
Awesome, Ram. Take it away, man.
All right. So, Tarmidzi, I have the first question I want to ask you. And of course, everyone, the viewers out there want to know as well. Basically, the first question I have is how and when you became a Liverpool fan? Do tell us.
I'm about 40 right now. I don't want to disclose my real age.
But you don't look 40. You look very young. You look really young.
I started liking, I would say, the club when I was 10 years old. Wow. Or even younger than that, 9 probably, 10 or 9. I was invited by a friend of mine. He was clueless as well. He don't have a specific club as well. But we were mad footballers. I mean, every day we've been playing football like crazy. I mean, of course, we've been. I was not in the country, so we have been involved with Italian football, Bundesliga, not too many Premier League. But that time it was Serie A teams, and one day, out of a sudden, out of nowhere, he invited me to his brother's room. And he told me that there's a cool thing for you to see. And then when I entered the room is a huge room full of football players, full of Liverpool player posters. Oh, wow. I still remember, up until now, I cannot even see the color of the wall.
Oh, wow.
Because it is full of, well, to be honest, at that time, during the 90s, Liverpool are not that well compared to other teams. But then again, the players, I mean, the posters, the players in the posters really caught my eye. And then from that moment, I took the liberty to watch Premier League. I mean, Liverpool Football Club. I took interest. Of course, that time there was not, we don't have, the internet was poor, but somehow rather I was blessed. My parents' place, we had this satellite TV where we can watch Premier League games. And of course, that time I started to know Paul Ince, Jamie Redknapp. Jamie Redknapp was in fact the first poster I stole from my friend's brother's room, and I kept it for some time, which I remembered. I moved from that country to another country, and I remembered that poster was torn, but somehow rather I managed to keep it really well, where I sellotape all of the angles to make it sharp and at the edges for me to keep it at my wall too. So yeah. That was the time. I think 20, 30 years ago. 30 years ago.
30
about.
years ago now, isn't it? Yeah. It reminds me a lot. A couple of things to take away from there. Like, with the Jamie Redknapp poster of your friend's brother's wall, like, probably some of the paint would have been visible at the end. Finally. And it reminds me of my wall back then, because I became a fan in the 90s as well. And I had a room full of posters of Steve McManaman. I had Robbie Fowler. I had Patrick Berger at that time. I was a big fan of Berger. Had him on the wall as well. So yeah, it reminds me a lot about the Spice Boys era. He's called them the Spice Boys, if you remember.
Yes.
So yeah, that was good times, like good times. So yeah, in terms of supporting Liverpool as well, I mean, I think what we want to do is just understand a bit about, get your take on the Liverpool season that's just finished now. A bit of a review of the season that's just ended. Obviously, we started the season as champions, finished it in third place. But yeah, I want to get your thoughts on it, basically. Were there any players that stood out for you over the course of the season?
Well, it's been a roller coaster ride for Liverpool. Of course, even though you're a rival team, but you may understand, you may be in the same position as well. Of course, the season has been really, really poor, not just for Liverpool, for every club as well. But somehow other clubs managed to take the advantage of it, and Liverpool were poor in injuries, which has made the club not to the standards that they were before. They have created the standards that they have, and for this season, they were out of the standards that they have created. So that is something that is unthinkable, in fact. But I mean, if you look at it positively, from champions up to, I remember the last number, it was Liverpool was in the 8th position.
Yes.
And for you to go back to the 3rd position, that is still an awesome and also a good move from every single players and also staff. And talking about the players who shown, well, just to be honest, I'm sure everyone will agree with me, be it diehard fan or just a normal fan. Liverpool players, everyone has not been playing really well. Of course, not just injuries, the unfortunate event, COVID, and even fans were not there, which even our best player for so many seasons, Mo Salah, has not been performing to the standards that he has created all the while. And I think somehow rather towards the end of the Premier League fixtures, last 10 games, I think we have shown that we were the champions.
Yes.
And players like the youngsters, the under-21 players who came in, Nat Phillips, Rhys Williams, Neco Williams, and I mean, to name a few, they were the one who've been supporting all together. I mean, of course, we still have the key players, Wijnaldum, the midfielders, Thiago Alcantara, Sadio Mane. I mean, we managed to keep the momentum going still somehow. And I'm thankful that everyone will also understand me that being third at the final stage of the season is a blessing as well.
No, I agree, especially in the position that we were in, to finally finish third. I didn't even think it was possible at one point to qualify for the Champions League, let alone finish third,
Correct.
So, I mean, it worked out well in the end. I mean, talking about some of those players you mentioned, right? What about Nat Phillips? I thought he was outstanding for the second half of the season, especially the last 10 games. And he was a key reason why we were able to get into the Champions League in the end as well. What are your thoughts on?
What a player.
Well, that's correct. I admired him. I mean, coming from the Bundesliga on loan, FC Stuttgart, he has managed to show that he deserved to be in the place. But with the coming players, Matip, I mean, come on, let's put VVD away, Van Dijk away. I mean, he will always be the
number one,
the first name on the term sheet, or even the other players, and the incoming player Ibrahima Konate as well.
Yep.
He deserves to be there, but then again, I'm not sure and I would say that as a fan, he will be there.
Yes.
I mean, to fight against the other team, the other player in the center defensive lineup.
Yep.
And going back to your question, he has done pretty well, but not just putting everything on him, but we have also other players who have done well in his absence as well. Ozan Kabak.
I thought,
yes, and even before what do you call that? We have other players who played in center of defense, which has helped the team to grow, and everyone played a vital role there. And if you remember, there was one picture of Nat Phillip and Rhys Williams,
with the scars.
bleeding,
with
scars and bleed. I mean, that shows how the hard work pays off. Really. Yeah.
And the characters, they were really strong characters at the end.
I have to say this, that Rhys Williams, Nat Phillips, when I saw him against United, unbelievable. I never expected, him to defend so well. So when I saw how he actually played and defend, and prevented us from actually scoring, despite scoring the own goal, I knew that he was a force to be reckoned with. I think not just for Liverpool, but I'm sure for England in the future as well.
Actually, one question I've got to ask you, Tarmidzi. I mean, as a Liverpool fan as well, it got me thinking, right? So, what do you think the drop-off was down to this year? Was it purely because of the injuries to our centre-backs? Or do you also think there was an element, I think, where Klopp maybe made a mistake for a few games in the middle, for quite a few games in the middle, where he was playing Fabinho as centre-back instead of playing Nat Phillips? Do you think that also played into it? Because as soon as Fabinho went back into the middle of midfield together with Thiago's game improved, our attack improved, our defense improved with Nat Phillips at the back. So do you think there was also an error of judgment for a few games there by Klopp, and maybe he should have done that sooner?
First of all, no one is perfect, and I'm sure there are a couple of decisions which could have gone our way, but it just didn't. And I'm sure that not just the staff, the management as well has done that. And to sum it up, the combination of not just injuries, the combination of bad refereeing, bad VAR. Of course, I'm not putting this from the perspective of Liverpool. I'm sure, Ram, you would agree with me. Absolutely. VAR has also distracted some of your club team.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Things like that. And also, of course, when you talk about the fault that Jurgen Klopp has brought, I mean, he has done that before. Even when we were the champions, I'm sure that he had done some faults before, but somehow or other we managed to overcome that.
Yes.
But here in this season, unfortunate events where everything, a combination of all faults together, I mean, it takes two to tango. So more faults were there, which has contributed to the downfall of Liverpool, not just injuries. Of course, those fans were saying, Liverpool were down because of injuries, but other team also have injuries. But then again, this is not just about injuries. I mean, fans also contributed a lot to that.
I think there was multiple effects, multiple factors. Yeah.
Big stadium like us. I mean, Ram as well. Theatre of Dreams. I mean, without fans, I don't think we can proceed to where we want to go.
Exactly. Like exactly. The noise, the cheering. We miss all that.
Correct.
As much as possible. Yeah, totally agree, 100%.
And having been to Anfield as well, no, I think Liverpool is one of those teams that's driven by the atmosphere in the stadium. It's electric. So without the fans, I feel we lose a good solid 20%. I think, if you ask me, in terms of
a lot.
I agree with you.
It's a big factor in the way Liverpool plays and the way Jurgen Klopp plays as well. Jurgen Klopp's team work on energy of the fans together with the players, the staff. Everyone must be in sync, basically, and I think that element was missing as well.
It's about making the 12th man.
The 12th man.
I cannot 12th man.
12th to the 13th man, basically, the cop. I mean, since we're on the topic, I'm going off topic here a little bit, but since you brought it up, VAR, very quickly, Tarmidzi, are you for VAR or against VAR, based on what you have seen so far?
Of course, the decision has been a lot of it has been going against. But then again, for the better of football, I know many of us would want the not to say the dilemma. How should I put it? The ambiguity, where this ambiguity, football is not like rugby or
Yeah.
any VAR related. But then again, I mean, even those legendary players, Pele, have spoken on this. You know, we could not go far with VAR keep on making mistakes like this.
Yep.
And of course, this has been brought up, has been supported by the referee, which I'm very sure, I can assure you that the referee cannot also support VAR where VAR has done wrong, where every single one of us can see it.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. Mm.
No, true.
Absolutely.
I think I think you have a similar thought process on me on this as well. Where
I do.
I think,
It's a
I think,
goals.
I think my one issue with VAR is because we grew up watching football,
Yeah.
from the 90s as well, and the joy or the element of joy when a team scores and you celebrate, you really, that release of joy. I feel that is missing now a little bit, which is my only issue with VAR, because now if I watch Liverpool score even in stoppage time, I have to wait. I wait before I celebrate, let me see if they're going to chalk the goal off or anything. And then, you celebrate. So that is the only issue I have, I think, because you don't get the release when you're supposed to get the release of joy, I think.
So now it's more relief than releasing that. It's more like relief. Okay, it's got that kind of thing.
Yes, sometimes at a very crucial moment, I mean, whoever it is, not just Liverpool or any relegation clubs, I mean, it destroys the beauty of football, because when you score at crucial moment, when you score, I mean, everyone has to sit tight, and everyone is looking at the referee, and sometimes the pressure is too much on his shoulders, where he have to go and to the stand to look at what is really happening. In that quick decision, he has to give yes or no, whether it's a goal or it's not a goal. So it really bring down the level of football of where we are supposed to be.
No, absolutely.
I agree on that front.
Agree with that.
Now, bringing back to Liverpool itself, obviously we signed 3 players in the summer. It was a COVID year, pandemic year, so obviously not a lot of business was done, but we did get 3 players. We got a backup to Robertson, Kostas Tsimikas. We brought in Diogo Jota in the forward line to give competition to the front 3, and then we brought in the star himself, Thiago Alcantara. What is your review of all 3 players? How do you think they fared in their first year?
The later players, Thiago and also Jota, both of them were put straight into the starting lineup in some games. And I believe they have shown that with their price tag, they deserve it. They deserve to be there. And even I'm sure that with even during the Champions season, 2 seasons ago, there are games that it is difficult for us to break through, to penetrate the defense. Some teams, some relegation teams, I would say, or some mid-table teams, And I believe the staff led by Klopp has already set up how are we going to establish a better way, a better system of penetrating them. And that is where Thiago comes along, and even Jota comes along. Of course, not saying anything on the fitness of Robertson, but having Tsimikas in the group will only add competition for places. And even of course there will be a long season other than Champions League, League Cup, and also FA Cup, especially the domestic cups that Jurgen Klopp has not really done well so far, which I believe it will be a good practice zone platform for players like Tsimikas or even other players as well. I mean, Thiago, he has been inside the group because of some injuries. in the group. And of course, Fabinho has been shifted to centre back for a number of times, which Thiago has to cover him.
Yep.
So all the while, I mean, probably we can see that he has fit in well, but then again, he may not fit in to the correct puzzle which Klopp has initiated him to play.
Yep.
You know, so all in all, two players have done well. Simikas, of course, we have not really seen his true colors as of yet, but
Yep.
I'm really sure that he will be able to do that.
Yeah, I think you'll probably see the best of even more the best of Thiago and Jota even more so next year. And I think especially with Thiago, once you get like Jordan Henderson back in midfield and Fabinho to partner him, you'll probably see the best of Thiago come out. When he has the support in midfield of those two players as well. Awesome,
Correct.
awesome. What about so now this is going into next season? Obviously now, and hopefully we don't have those injuries again next season. But yeah, going into next season as well. Any areas of the squad that you think need improving? Obviously now Gini Wijnaldum has left the club, and he's most likely going to either PSG or Barcelona. But what are your thoughts on areas of the squad that need strengthening?
I have always thought Liverpool already have a good backup.
Yep.
But of course, champions need to be treated like a champion. I mean, competition for places should always be open.
Yep.
Because there will be certain times where players will not be doing well. Of course, focus will be 110% focus on football. But then again, personal matters or family matters or other football dilemma might be for the players. Right back, Trent Alexander-Arnold, I believe, of course, Nico Williams is there. But then again, I think more places should be opened up like him, his position. Salah has always been indispensable in the team. But I have always believed that probably other player, if we could have one more striker to be rotated within the front four, I would say, because there are times where I believe Jurgen has played four
in the front. Yep.
Four fronts, and at that time we were doing quite well. Of course, there were many array of combination of tacticals which we should be looking at, because right now teams even bottom of the Premier League are playing really creative. So we have to be more creative in order for us to defy that application of football. So right back, the front, the top four, I would say, that's good enough for me, I believe so. Because we also have a very good under 21 players in the rank. And I'm really sure these players, if given the chance, they could also perform. I mean, I like what, I'm sorry, but what SAF, Sir Alex Ferguson had done before this, during the 90s, class of 92. He had brought in a lot of youngsters. And I'm sure to inculcate this, Jurgen Klopp has also introduced that. And for us to go forward, we need to have home ground players. So these players are the one who should be coming in, the under 21. But so far, this is it from my point of view.
So right back and another player for the forward line, basically. What about midfield? So obviously, I know centre back was an issue as well, and we have sorted that. We'll come to that very soon. But what about midfield? With Gini Wijnaldum going on, do you think there's a need to get a replacement or not necessary?
Well, blessing in disguise, we have Jones.
Yes, Curtis Jones.
Yeah, Curtis Jones. I'm sure that although he is a different type of player, he's not a number 6 type of player. But then again, with Thiago is in, and also with the energetic, our captain Henderson is in. So there will be a change of the dynamics, the midfield dynamics of how we are going to go forward. And I'm sure he will be sorely missed. But then again, nobody is bigger than the club. Even when Steven Gerrard left the club, I mean, we can still survive, of course. Let's minus that 1-2 season under Roy Hodgson.
Yes.
But then again, somehow or rather, we managed to do it. I mean, we have to do it, whoever it is, you know.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Absolutely.
Anyone you have in mind? So obviously, for that right back, for the forward line position, for example, and also, so any players that you would like to see, or anyone at the top of your mind that you think that could add a lot to the, if they join Liverpool, to the squad. So any player at the top of your mind, and also any players that you think Liverpool will look to move on or will look to sell in the summer.
Okay, there are two parts of the question that you have asked.
Yep.
I would answer the first part first.
Yep.
Talking about that, the management of Liverpool right now are full of surprises.
Yes.
There were no news of Fabinho after we lost to Real Madrid in the Champions League. Few days later,
Fabinho
he
was signed.
was in,
Yep.
you know, and we cannot imagine how good can he bring the midfield to escalate to another level.
Yep.
But then again, he managed to do that, which I believe some of my friends are having a shirt with his name on the back, you
Yep.
know. So he has been a fan favorite as well, which we have never thought of his appearance before.
Yep.
And to me, that is what surprises is all about. Surprise me. I mean, whoever the team, Klopp and the staff bring in, Edwards bring in, I would be very much happy, and I'm sure there will be a new dimension, a new dynamics to that, you know. Second part of the question is on who will be going. Well, it has been on and off for quite some time, and with this poor revenues, as a financial guy myself, I know we have been not in the perspective of doing well in our balance sheet for quite some time. For
especially with the pandemic,
Yes. So of course we have a number of players who are supposed not to be there anymore. But of course we have Divock Origi, Zerdan Shaqiri, or even there were rumors as well on Takumi, the Japanese Minamino. So I'm not sure whether these players will be offloaded, but even if they are, I mean, they have done their part during the Champions as well. I mean, Divock Origi, like Jurgen Klopp has always mentioned, he has always been a living legend of the club. Without him,
he had some priceless moments.
His two wonderful goals.
Barcelona.
Yes, and even Shaqiri as well. Without his pinpoint cross, we could have Wijnaldum could not have made that good header, you know, against Sergen, you know. So whatever it is, I'm open to that. But of course, we may have to offload players as well. And looking at the current past few seasons that we have, of course, we have been offloading under 21 players as well who has been performing well. Do not forget that we have Harry Wilson. Ryan Kent is no longer with us. Okay, fine. But
Marco Grujic, I think.
Yeah, that's correct. These players could give us more value in the future. So this, of course, their sacrifice will not be forgotten, whatever it is. But of course, to be in the not top 11, in the first 11, in the second 11, even in the substitute reserve benches, I mean, we already have that second liners. So it is just to offload them, it's fine with us. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, surprise us.
Okay, cool. You're open to surprises, and so am I. I'm excited about those surprises. Two very quick players. I just want a very quick answer from you on this, Tarmidzi. Naby Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain. A lot of rumors about them as well because they're both injury prone. Would you, if you were Jurgen Klopp, would you keep them?
That's a tough question to answer, but Oxlade-Chamberlain, we saved him from 1-year contract before he finishes, and we bought him for quite some of money, 34 million if I'm not wrong.
About 30 million,
he may be good in another dimension of midfield, but so far from what I've seen, he have been used frequently in the top three. However, of course, he has been used towards the end of the match, 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and he could not show his true color of how he could contribute to the team. I'm sure at his age, at mid-20 as well, going to the later stages, he might want to have a more minutes on the pitch, which even if Klopp do not want him to go, but probably he will make that decision because as an English player with this Euro 2020 coming in, he obviously he wanted to be in the squad, in the Southgate squad, but he was not there. So I believe he would want to have a more meaningful minutes, and for him to go to another club like Adam Lallana, he chosen a club which is not in the fighting, which is not in the top four, and club like that could give him more minutes. So I'm sure maybe Klopp, although he wants to keep him, but maybe he would like to go out. Nabi, I don't know what to say. I mean, he's a joy to watch, really. I mean, I even have my grandfather who supported him, and he's a good player. But with that price tag, I mean, we waited for a season and a half for him to come, and of course, there are glimpses of him doing well in some games. But then again, this is Liverpool. I mean, this is a club where you're fighting for the title every season, in and season out. You know, I mean, you cannot be dependent on players like this. So I think Klopp might have to make the bold statement that, boy, I'm sorry, but you have got to go. You know.
Sure. Quick one, Tarmidzi, as well. Your thoughts on the new signing, obviously. So Liverpool have already done some business. It was not so much a surprise because there was a little bit of rumors about it, but Konate was brought in, much needed in the centre-back position. Do you think it's a good buy?
Well, obviously, I think it is because he has been playing high energetic games in the Champions League and in the top games as well against big clubs. He has got that fighting spirit in the team as well. And coming from France, his pedigree speaks for itself. He is one of the he's the captain for under 21, if I'm not wrong. Is that right?
Yep.
And I'm sure with Joel Matip, is a season is going to be over soon. It's already 30 plus, 32, 33. So I'm sure we need a new lineage to cover the centre-back pairing. Of course, VVD will be there, and it will be a good a compatriot. It will be a good teacher for these youngsters, especially Konate as well. You know, because obviously Konate will be coming in. I'm not sure whether he will be slotted in the first team. And Nat Phillips is also going to be there, but it is going to be a good competition for places in the other centre back position. DVD is already confirmed. So there's another one position to be there, you know.
Bring it on. Bring on the challenge. I know we want to ask you, Ram, I know we want to talk to Tarmidzi and we want to get his thoughts on KL Kopites as well. Should we save that for after rapid fire? Let's do the rapid fire round. And then we get Tarmidzi to talk about KL Kopites as well.
Sure. But before I go into rapid fire, I have to say, you know, watching both of you talk about the current transfer window and Liverpool having done some businesses here and there, I hope United are watching this video to draw some inspiration to do some business, you know, in the upcoming Premier League season as well. You know, it would be very interesting to see better players coming on as well. And there was a rumor, I think, for Donny van de Beek, who might end up in Liverpool. So I know we'd definitely save that for the future if it's true. So yes, we are going into the rapid fire round. Tarmidzi, are you ready?
Ready as ever.
All right. So Tarmidzi, just to give you an idea about our rapid fire round, it's rapid. We want really quick 1-2 word answers basically from your side, and then we'll have about 5 or 6 of these questions coming your way.
Sure.
Please do.
All set. All right, Ram, take it away, man.
Here we go. What is your standout moment of the season so far?
Alisson's Becker goal.
I was going to say that, man. You had to go with that one. That's every Liverpool fan standout moment.
But even as a United fan, when I saw that goal, I told Harry, we were having this discussion. I told him, even though I may not be a Liverpool fan, but to be alive and watching that live, it's a moment that it's magical for all football fans. That's what I feel.
Yes, that's correct. I was. Oh, sorry. I know this is a quick fire question, but should I comment a little bit on that?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I was that time I was watching Astro, and I know it's already 90 minutes, and somehow rather some of my friends who were not watching Astro, were watching other platforms. They already texted in the WhatsApp group. I was like, shit. I'm sorry, but
No, it's
that's
okay.
a goal. I just could not. But that was such a moment. I'm sure. Thank you very much, Ram. Although you are a rival fan, but as a football fan, that is the beauty of football. That is really, really interesting. I mean, there are things that you cannot story tell to young kids. This is one of them.
I 100% agree, man. And also, with what happened, the whole thing with what happened to Alisson. He lost his father a few months before.
Yes.
And the whole thing, the whole story behind it as well was absolutely what a moment in the season. I think. Now this one's a very interesting question, Tarmidzi. So we just want you to rank these players, in your opinion, for you. So rank them: Fowler, Torres, Suarez, or Salah for you.
Rank.
Yep.
I'm thankful that I have seen all of 4 of them play.
Yep.
I mean, I'm still undecisive. I do not know how, but I could go either way.
Yep.
But talking about the duration of them, of course, Fowler has been in and out of Liverpool a number of times, twice, in fact. But his second time was not as famous as the first one.
Yep.
Probably Fowler, Salah, Suarez, and Torres. Why do I put it that way? Because of the length that they were in
the club.
I mean, Torres, he was magnificent. Not here. In my other room, I have my man cave. I have my frame football jerseys. I have Fowler. I have all 3. I do not have Salah as of yet, but I'm sure Salah will be there on my wall one day. I mean, he's a living legend. His goal scoring charts are like Messi and Ronaldo.
Yep.
I mean, who would have thought this kind of players scored? And this is Spanish La Liga. I mean, this is not, with due respect, Scottish Premier League or even African League or MLS, American League. This is the creme de la creme, and these players have shown. So back to your rankings, yes. Fowler, Salah, I put him, Suarez and Torres. Salah, I put him second because we don't know when he is going to end in Liverpool. For as long as it may be, I hope he will do that for as long as he can.
So for Liverpool fans, he's Salah Satu Lagenda because the name sounds very, very, very profound.
I like that, Ram.
I like that.
Nice one.
So having said that, of course, I admire Salah as well. Of course, I personally, if Salah could end up in United, I'll be very happy, but I know that's not going to happen. But moving on to your next question as well, in terms of the UEFA Champions League, okay, between which one is your favorite? AC Milan 2005 or Barca 2019? Which one's your favorite?
In terms of comebacks, yep.
I have managed to watch them both live.
Yep.
Both have equal moments, but I would put it AC Milan as my better one because of after that you are the champion.
Yes, the final. It was the final itself. Yep.
Yeah, not just that. everyone, I'm sure, would agree with me that that time our squad was like far, far below, not equal, not even compared to the players of AC Milan.
Yep.
Even the back four speaks for itself.
Yeah.
I mean, minus that midfield and also that strikers or even the players on the bench. The players, I mean, of course, with due respect, Jimmy Traore, Dietmar Hamann,
Yeah.
I mean, Milan Baros, of course, they were scoring. Milan Baros, he was scoring like crazy as well before.
Yeah.
He was the top scorer for World Cup.
The Euros, I think it was Euros or World. I think it was Euros or World
Euros.
Cup. Yeah, yeah.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
But then again, incomparable to the AC Milan squad. Of course, if you the recent one, Barcelona versus Liverpool, the squad is almost as equal to Barcelona squad.
Okay, okay. I would have gone the same. I would have gone AC Milan purely because of the final, and also because, like you said, that we covered it in our previous episode, didn't we, Ram? In our red card show, we were playing against a dream team AC Milan at that time with a very average squad from Liverpool. So I 100% agree with that.
So Tarmidzi, you should watch our red card show. You know, when you have the chance. I think you could probably give me the red card.
we basically debated the best Champions League final ever. So good watch.
Sure. I would love to.
Awesome. All right, a quick one. I think you probably have answered it, but maybe not. Your favorite Liverpool player of all time?
This is hard. This is really hard. I mean, even in one season, I will always have a few numbers. And even if I do have lots of money, I could not buy a jersey with their name at the back. I mean, I just do not know who's the best player.
Yep.
I don't know who. But
Yep.
I have witnessed Steven Gerrard, and I could say that so far, I mean, I've seen him grow. He came at Sheffield United, number 28.
Yep.
And he was the captain. And even during his last day, he lost against Stoke. I think I would say that I would put him as the best to me.
Yep.
I have lots of good players in Liverpool, but I think he would be my best player.
Ultimate Steven Gerrard.
Captain, fantastic.
Okay, so of course, this brings to what? Is it the final question, Harry?
No, a couple more. Yours.
Okay. Bring it on.
2-1.
Okay. So mine, of course, the last question from me to you on this rapid fire round. Would you choose Kylian Mbappe or Erling Haaland?
Mbappe is a Speedy Gonzalez, a French Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah.
We already have that.
Yeah.
In Salah.
Yeah.
Or even Mane.
Yeah.
These two are crazy. Of course, probably not as fast as Mbappe.
Yep.
But I would like to go for Erling Haaland because number one, his left foot is crazy. Of course, Salah has got that, but to have another, it will always be better than one. You know,
Yep.
Another brain will always be better than one. And with his height, and he's got all kinds of goals at different moments, not just Dortmund from his previous club as well. I mean, he's crazy. I mean, both players are crazy, but Erling Haaland as well, and I'm sure, like his father, would want to show the rival, Manchester United, they were wrong. I mean, they were wrong. And he could be, what do you call that, the magnet because of what Roy Keane did to his father. You know,
Yep.
I don't think he will go to Manchester United. Or probably if it's not Liverpool, he might as well go to Chelsea or even City, Manchester City. But I'm sure he will still have that revenge to, even if it's not Roy Keane, to Manchester United. I'm sorry, Ram, you have been very nice so far, but I have to
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Erling Haaland it is, the supreme finisher, as they call him. Last question from me, Tarmidzi, just a very quick answer from your side. The Euros is coming up in 1 week's time. Pick a winner.
I would like to go for England, although I don't like England. But
I'm England fan.
but
Yes, England.
yeah, quick answer.
Yeah.
England. They are playing finals in the Wembley, and
Yep.
they have so many good players.
Yep.
The youngsters, Foden, or even Mount Manchester United's Greenwood. I mean, if they can perform at the right click, and I'm sure the best person to do that is Southgate. I hope they can go far, and I hope even if they cannot win, finalists as a second place is already good enough.
Awesome.
Wow.
Awesome.
Awesome.
England are dark horses. They
That's
are
the way.
actually they are
Dark
contenders.
horses.
They are contenders actually this time with France, and also be very, very interesting. And it's going to keep us all awake, I think, from next week onwards. So that's going to be really, really fun. All right, Ram, you want to take it away with maybe get Tarmidzi to talk about
Yep. Sure. So we have come to the end of the rapid fire round. We hope all of you have enjoyed that rapid fire round. And Tarmidzi, thank you so much for being a great sport. Of course, answering all those questions and of course being put to the spot. But definitely, I have to say all those answers were absolutely amazing, and definitely we look forward, to get to know more of you in the future as well. But before we end the show, Tarmidzi, I just want to have your opinion. How is it going in the KL Kopites? Tell us about KL Kopites and your journey so far, in the Kopites itself. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. I have learned a lot in KL Kopites, and KL Kopite is one of the only two OLSC official Liverpool supporters club in Malaysia, and the club has been performing really well in all of those years. The club has been established in 2013, and it has grown massively from time to time. And of course, with various awards, with various recognition, not just from Malaysia itself, from the Liverpool, the club itself. And I'm sure this club can bring the level of appreciation and also the level of support to all Liverpool Supporters Club to another level. And I would put it in a way where when I first joined, I mean, I have been joining Liverpool Club, Supporters Club, ever since my heydays, my younger days, my school days, my university days. And I believe this club has taught me a lot, and has also brought me to make a dream come true, where I have always wanted to go to Anfield with fans. I mean, I've been to Anfield before this on my own,
Yep.
alone, but I did not really enjoy that. Of course, it was my first time, but with KL Kopites, I mean, we have been there, and I was in a party of 2022,
Oh, wow.
and it was really, really, really massive. And of course, the club has been contributed by a lot of professionals as well. Even we have a very strong committee of 10 to 12, and the committees are all professionals in terms of legal, auditors, corporate strategies, engineers, doctors, and many more good businessmen as well. And as of now, we have a number of almost 1,000 registered active members from 2013. And of course, we, like I informed earlier, as the official members, official Liverpool Supporters Club, you are entitled for a 20% discount as a registered member for merchandise in Al Ehsan and also Football Republic. And like earlier part where I've informed you, dream come true, other dreams that I have always wanted is to meet the legends. And in KL Kopites, we help you guys to achieve that. Of course, there are numerous legends which I, even myself as a fan, I'm not speaking on behalf of the VP, but as a fan, I have met Sami Hopia himself, Steve McManaman. I got bought already. Robbie Fowler, I got bought already. I mean, you know, they have been coming here. I mean, many times. I mean, before this COVID times, and of course, the president has guided us a lot in many of the arrangement organizations and also plannings in terms of how to move forward. And being as a KL Kopite member, I mean, you can achieve that dreams. Of course, meeting legends, going to Anfield, and other than that, you will have a group of match viewing party. I mean, which all of us can sit down together, share information. Of course, not just that. I mean, the club has been succeeded in achieving many mementos, such as visit to other clubs like Indonesia, Kinabalu Reds in Sabah, and we have done that a number of times, which none the other clubs have done that. And I would strongly, as a VP now, speaking on behalf of the VP, invite all the Liverpool fans out there to join the club. And this is a club where it can make your dream come true.
Awesome. And on that note, very quickly, how do the Liverpool fans out there, you can sign up with KL Kopites. It's fantastic. You just saw the opportunities that exist, and the opportunity to meet legends, the opportunity to go on be part of viewing parties, match parties, going to Anfield in a big group as well. So it's going to be fantastic. How do they sign up again, Tarmidzi?
Well, we will be having our membership drive, which we always be doing that in our official website, Instagram, and also Facebook. It's KL Kopites, and KL Kopites have been very active in social media as well, not just what you call that in whatever events. We are there. Then it is just you are one click away from registering as the member of KL Kopites.
Awesome. And then that note, Ram, you want to sign off for the show?
Yes, before I do, I want to say once again, thank you very much, Tarmidzi, for coming on the show. We really love having you on, and of course, we look forward to having you once again on the future as well. Hopefully, we preview matches, with Liverpool. Maybe Liverpool reunited. Let's.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Definitely. And on that note as well, before we end the show, just a reminder to all our viewers out there: this episode is brought to you by our product sponsors, Planet Health. This is the product that we are talking about today. It's known as the Derma Face Wash, neem and turmeric. So you guys stand a chance to win cash prizes if you make your purchases on our description menu as well. So once again, guys, have a wonderful day ahead. But before we go, signing off from the plot, thank you once again, Tarmidzi. This is the show for the fans.
By the fans and Liverpool fans out there. Thank
Take
you,
good care.
Tarmidzi.
Stay safe, all football fans, wherever you are. Thank you very much, Hari. Thank you very much, Ram. It's nice to be here.
Stay safe.
Awesome. Take care.
Stay safe.
Thanks, Tarmidzi.
Take care. Bye.